Hello everyone, how's it going? As you know, English is spoken in every single continent of the world. English may be a foreign language, but it is international in its significance. English is money, power, and prestige. No one can deny the usefulness and importance of the English language. It is spoken, read, or understood in most parts of the world. Wherever you may go in Europe, Asia, Africa, or in the Americas, in Australia, or the North or South Poles, you will find someone or the other communicating with you in English. So, English, the window on the world, should remain our main language to move alongside the advanced countries. So, we should maintain English for quick progress. If you want to learn this language and if you are determined, then you are at the right place. You know, whenever we learn any language, we start by learning words. And these words do work in a sentence. So I have decided to make a video about words. And these different kinds of words are known as parts of speech. Are you interested? Then keep watching and make sure to watch this video up to the very end. I hope this video will be helpful for you. It's my humble request to grab a pen and paper so you can take notes. Okay, now let's get it started without any further delay. Words are divided into different kinds or classes according to the work they do in a sentence. The different kinds of words are called parts of speech. They are 8 in number: noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. The first of the 8 parts of speech is the noun. The noun is used to name things. We call one thing a chair, we call another thing a table, we call another a book, and so on. The thing named by the noun can be a physical thing or a non-physical thing. Physical things are the things we can hear, we can see, feel, taste, or smell. Some examples of physical things are car, chair, table, hand, road, book, computer, hill, river, etc. Non-physical things are things we cannot see, hear, feel, taste, or smell. Some examples of non-physical things are wisdom, love, bravery, joy, courage, kindness, hollowness, etc. From these examples, we may say that noun is something we can have. We can have a car, we can have love, we have the river Ravi in Punjab, and etc. Now we'll discuss the kinds of noun. Nouns are of 5 kinds: proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, material or concrete nouns, abstract nouns. Proper nouns. You might have noticed that some of the nouns start with a capital letter. We use capital letters to begin proper nouns. Proper nouns are nouns that name something proper, particular, or specified. Proper means one's own. Proper means one's own. For example, Australia is a proper noun because it is the name of a particular country. A common noun names any one of a class of persons, places, or things. For example, man, city, truth, cup, boy, girl, country, language, day, river, religion. The word common means shared by all. Most common nouns may also be classed as countable nouns and uncountable nouns. They are countable as well as uncountable. Uncountable nouns are also known as mass nouns. Countable nouns are because they can be counted. For example, book, pen, cap, table, etc. On the other hand, some common nouns are not countable. They are called mass nouns. For example, iron, water, sugar, meat, wood, etc. Such nouns are not normally used in the plural. Number 3, collective nouns. A collective noun is a name applied to a group, class, army, club, crowd, committee, team, family, etc. Certain collective nouns, though singular in form, are always used as plurals. People, cattle, gentry, etc. Number 4, material or concrete nouns. A concrete noun refers to a substance that exists in a physical sense, and so it can be seen, heard, tasted, smelled, or felt by the body. For example, iron, silver, wind, milk, etc. Concrete nouns are not used in the plural. Number 5, abstract nouns. An abstract noun is a name applied to a quality or a general idea. For example, love, beauty, wisdom, hate, etc. Abstract nouns can also be used with collective nouns to show quality, quantity, measurement, and species or type, a piece of advice, a fit of anger, 1 week of sick leave, a kind of humor. Right? Abstract nouns are not used in the plural. Sometimes two or more words are combined to form a compound noun. For example, school teacher, mother-in-law, maidservant, passerby. Now we will discuss the pronoun. The pronoun is used as a substitute for a noun. We don't like to say Ali is an intelligent boy. Ali stood first in the FSC examination. Ali is now planning to go to America. Instead, we prefer to say Ali is an intelligent boy. He stood first in the FSC examination. He is now planning to go to America. So you notice that the pronoun he in these sentences is substituting for the noun Ali. Okay. Now we will discuss the kinds of pronouns. Pronouns are of 6 kinds: personal pronoun, interrogative pronoun, a relative pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, reflexive pronoun. Now we will discuss the personal pronouns. Personal pronouns indicate the first person, second person, and the third person. Who is the first person? The speaker, right? For example, I, me, mine, my, myself, we, us, our, ours, ourselves. Who is the second person? The person spoken to. For example, you, your, yours, yourself, yourselves. And what about the third person? The person spoken of. For example, he, him, his, himself, she, her, hers, herself, it, its, itself, they, them, their, theirs, themselves. Right? Now we will discuss the interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns ask questions. They are who, whom, whose, which, what. Who went with her? With whom did she go? Right? A relative pronoun refers to some noun going before and in doing. So it joins two sentences together. Listen these two sentences. I met Ali. Ali had just returned from America. These sentences can be joined together with the word who, right? I met Ali who had just returned from America. The word who is therefore a relative pronoun as it refers to some noun, Ali. Demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns point out the objects to which they refer. They are this, these, that, those. For example, both markers are good, but this is better than that. So the word this is a demonstrative pronoun. Indefinite pronouns don't refer to any person or thing in particular. They refer to them in a general way. For example, one should preserve one's honor. One should preserve one's honor. Here, one doesn't refer to some particular person, right? Some commonly used indefinite pronouns are one, none, any, anybody, everybody, everyone, such, someone, no one, others, some, neither, either, etc. Reflexive pronouns are formed by adding self to a personal pronoun. Myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, himself, herself, itself, themselves. They are used for two purposes: to show that a person or thing does something to himself or itself. For example, he hurt himself, right? And number two, to make the pronouns more empathetic. For example, I myself saw the thief breaking into the house. Or you can say the other example, the wall itself fell. The adjective is used to modify a noun. It's a describing word. It tells us something specific about a noun. In other words, we use adjectives to add something to the meaning of a noun. For example, we know the meaning of a girl. However, girl plus intelligent means something different from girl plus stupid. Similarly, girl plus beautiful means something different from girl plus ugly. The word girl means the same thing in each sentence, but the adjectives intelligent, stupid, beautiful, and ugly make the meaning of girl very different. Remember one thing, adjectives don't always come before the word that they modify. Sometimes they follow it. For example, in the sentence, the cup is full. Full is adjective as it modifies cup. Cup is a noun and full is adjective here. Now we discuss the kinds of adjectives. Adjectives are of 8 kinds. A proper adjective, a descriptive or a qualitative or attributive adjective, a quantitative adjective, a numeral adjective. They are further divided into two main classes, definite numerals and indefinite numerals. Definite numerals, they are of 3 kinds, cardinals, ordinals and multiples. Number 5, a demonstrative adjective. Number 6, a distributive adjective. Number 7, an interrogative adjectives. Number 8, possessive adjectives. A proper adjective is one derived from a proper noun. For example, the English language, the Indian Ocean, the Victorian attitude, a Chinese restaurant. Number 2, a descriptive, qualitative or attributive adjective is one that shows the kind and quality of a person or thing. For example, a brave boy, a beautiful girl, an honest man, a careful woman. Some attributive adjectives are derived from nouns. For example, a law college, a flower garden, a paper plate, payday. A quantitative adjective is one that shows how much quantity of a thing is meant, right? For example, she has no sense. He ate much bread. I didn't eat any apple. You drink little milk. So in these examples, no, much, any, little, these are the examples of a quantitative adjective. A quantitative adjective is always followed by a singular material or abstract noun. A numeral adjective is one that shows the number or serial order of persons or things. They are further divided into two main classes, definite numerals and indefinite numerals. Definite numerals show some exact number. They are of three kinds: cardinals, ordinals, multiples. Cardinals means like 1, 2, 3, 4. Ordinals, first, second, third, fourth. Multiples, one only or a single. Twofold, double. Threefold, triples. Fourfold, quadruple. Indefinite numerals don't show an exact number. For example, all, some, enough, none, many, few, several. A demonstrative adjective is one that points out which person or thing is meant. For example, this boy, that girl, these women, those men. A distributive adjective is one that refers to each one of a number. They are four in number: each, every, either, neither. An interrogative adjective is used to ask a question. For example, whose pen is this? What book is that? Which flower do you like best? Possessive adjectives. The words my, our, your, his, her, its, their, when used before a noun, are called possessive adjectives. Verbs. A verb is a word or group of words that is used to describe an action, experience, or state. For example, come, see, put on, ask, bake, bite, catch, clap, clean, cook, cry, cut, bounce, brush, build, climb, color. There's so many examples, right? So doing words or action verbs are what you can do and perform. Now we discuss the kinds of verbs. There are three kinds of verbs. Number one, a transitive verb. Number two, an intransitive verb. Number three, an auxiliary verb, or the other name of auxiliary verb is the helping verb. A transitive verb. A transitive verb denotes an action that passes from the doer to something else. That means from a subject to an object. Here is an example. The servant cleans the floor. Right? In this sentence, the action passes from the doer to some object. In this sentence, the action denoted by the verb cleans passes from the doer, that is the servant, to some object, and here the object is the floor. Thus the verb cleans is called a transitive verb, right? So the definition of a transitive verb is it is an action that passes from the doer to something else, means to an object, from a subject to an object. What is an intransitive verb? An intransitive verb expresses a state or being, means existence. Here the action stops with the doer and doesn't pass from the doer to anything else. For example, we sleep at night. In this sentence, the action sleep doesn't pass from the doer we to any object, right? So the verb sleep is called an intransitive verb. an auxiliary verb. An auxiliary verb is a verb that helps another verb to form its tense, form or mood. That means to make its meanings clear. Look at these two examples. I have a house. I have sold my house. In the first sentence, have has its own significance. It shows possession. So here it is a principal verb, or you can say it is a main verb. But in the second sentence, have has no significance of its own. It just helps the principal verb sold to form a present perfect tense. So here have is an auxiliary verb, or you can say a helping verb. An adverb is a word used to modify the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. For example, we know the meaning of walk. However, walk plus slowly means something different from walk plus quickly. The word walk means the same in each example. The adverbs slowly and quickly make the meaning of walk very different. Remember one thing, adverb can come before or after the word it modifies. For example, go away, pay soon, slowly went, never lie, very big. Here away, soon, slowly, never and very. These are adverbs, and you have noticed that the adverb can come before or after the word it modifies. Now we will discuss the kinds of adverbs. Adverbs are divided into three classes: simple adverbs, interrogative adverbs, relative adverbs. Simple adverbs are used to modify the meaning of a verb, an adverb, or an adjective. They can be further divided into the following classes according to their meaning: adverb of time, place, number, manner, quantity, affirmation and negation, reason. Adverb of time. For example, I am ill today. In this example, today is an adverb of time. The main adverbs of this class are now, then, before, since, ago, already, soon, presently, immediately, instantly, early, late, afterwards, today, yesterday, tomorrow. Adverb of place. For example, I will stay here. In this example, here is an example of adverb of place. The main adverbs of this class are here, there, in, out, within, without, above, below, outside, for, near, etc. Adverb of number. For example, I shall not go there again. In this example, again is an adverb of number. Okay? The main adverbs of this class are once, twice, thrice, again, seldom, never, sometimes, always, often, secondly, etc. Adverb of manner. For example, I work hard. The main adverbs of this class are thus, so well, badly, clearly, slowly, certainly, etc. Adverb of quantity. For example, I am so glad today. In this example, so is an adverb of quantity. The main adverbs of this class are very, much, to, quite, almost, little, a little, rather, somewhat, partially, wholly, etc. affirmation and negation. For example, I do not like her. In this example, not is used for negation. The main adverbs of this class are yes, no, not, may, not at all, by all means, etc. Adverb of reason. For example, I therefore left the city for good. The main adverbs of this class are hence, therefore, however, etc. Interrogative adverbs. Interrogative adverbs are used for asking questions. Place. Where are you going? Time. When will you go? Number or adverb of frequency. Okay. For example, how often do you go there? Manner. How did you go? Quantity. How far or to what extent is this news true? Cause or reason. Why did you go there? Degree. Adverb of degree. How much is this? Relative adverbs. Relative adverbs join two sentences together. As such, it is a double part of speech, an adverb and conjunction combined. For example, this is where I lived. Let me know when you will come. Preposition. We use preposition to relate a noun or a pronoun to some other word in the sentence. For example, in the sentence, the water in the glass is cold. The preposition in shows the relationship between water and glass. Thus, a preposition is a word used to show the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and some other word in the sentence. What is the object of the preposition? A preposition is always used with a noun or a pronoun. The noun or pronoun it is used with is called the object of the preposition. For example, you may go with your brother. Here the preposition with relates its object brother to go. Remember one thing. When you find a word that you think is a preposition, look for the object. Say the preposition and then say what. If there is a what or when, you have a preposition. For example, he jumped in. In what? There is no answer. Therefore, in is not a preposition. He jumped in the water. Now when you say in what, there is an answer, water. So in here is a preposition. Now we will discuss the kinds of prepositions. Simple preposition, double prepositions, compound preposition, participle prepositions, phrase prepositions, disguised prepositions. Simple preposition at, in, on, to, for, of, from, up, through, after, over, under, with, till, etc. Double preposition into, from within, up to, etc. Compound prepositions across, along, behind, about, beneath, beside, between, below, within, without, etc. Participle preposition regarding, bearing, concerning, considering, etc. What about phrase prepositions? According to, by means of, owing to, with a view to, in place of, in front of, in spite of, instead of, in order to, by virtue of, by way of, etc. Disguised prepositions. By can be changed into be, on into a, and off into o. For example, 4 o'clock. Conjunction. A conjunction is a word that joins two equal things together. It can join two nouns or two verbs, but it cannot join a noun to a verb. Okay? Conjunctions are subdivided into two main classes: coordinating conjunction, subordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction. The conjunction joining together two statements or clauses of equal rank or importance is called a coordinating conjunction. So these two statements should be of equal rank or importance. Okay, so it means coordinating conjunction join words, join phrases, and join independent clauses. Let's look through some examples. He ate pizza and chips. In this example, pizza, chips, both are nouns. And is a word that join these two nouns together. So and is a coordinating conjunction here. Next example, neither a borrower nor a lender be. Next, 2 and 2 make 4. 3 and 3 make 6. So in these examples, and, neither, nor, these are coordinating conjunctions here. The main coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. An easy way to remember these coordinating conjunctions is to remember fanboys. Subordinating conjunction. The conjunction joining a subordinate or dependent sentence to an independent or principal sentence is called a subordinating conjunction. It means subordinating conjunction joins a dependent clause with an independent clause. So what is the subordinate clause? A subordinate clause is a clause that doesn't make sense on its own as a sentence. It's a dependent clause. Essentially, a subordinate clause doesn't express a complete thought on its own. Therefore, it depends on an independent clause to make sense. Listen very carefully. If the sentence begins with an independent clause followed by a dependent clause, we don't need to put a comma in between. But if the sentence begins with a dependent clause followed by an independent clause, we need to put a comma between them. Okay, let's go through some examples. First example, they came back because they were afraid. They came back is an independent clause because this makes sense on its own. And the second clause is because they were afraid. This is a dependent clause. It doesn't make sense on its own. We required more context in order to understand what the clause is talking about. Okay, let's go through one last example. Since my wife says so, I must believe it. In this example, since my wife says so is a dependent clause because it doesn't make sense on its own. We required more context in order to understand what the clause is talking about. I must believe it is an independent clause because this makes sense on its own. So it is an independent or principal clause. And I have already told you that if the sentence begins with a dependent sentence followed by an independent sentence, we need to put a comma in between. The main subordinating conjunctions are after, because, if, that, though, since, although, till, before, unless, as, when, etc. Ouch! What did I do? I just hurt myself. Is ouch an interjection? An interjection is a word or sound used to express some sudden emotion. As it doesn't function in the sentence, it is always set off from the sentence by a comma or an exclamation sign. Interjections can express such emotions as surprise, oh, what? Satisfaction, aha. Delight, hurrah. Yippee, sorrow, alas. Pain, oh, bravo is used for approval. Okay? Certain group of words are also used as interjections. Ah me, good heaven, oh God, well done. Thank you for giving me your precious time. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the very end. I hope this video was helpful. Have a good day.